Hello, I'm Jay from Shafran Construction. What we're doing today, we've got a replaster on about a 20-year-old pool. If you look at the brick coping, you see where a lot of the grout cells are deteriorated. And what you don't see, what we did earlier this morning, was the original plaster finish was completely demoed, jackhammered out of the pool, hauled away. And the reason for that is just over time, and it could have been that this pool had spent some time empty, which is never a good thing. The plaster dries out and cracks. But there was some pretty significant cracking around these steps in various areas in the pool. And as I said, we jackhammered it out. The coping is going to be lifted next. Will be replaced. Then we're going to replaster. And we let that sit for 2 to 3 days. And then we do another coat of plaster. And that one's finished very, very cleanly, smoothed out. I should mention that most all pools, the homeowners choose to, or if they're commercial pools, a hotel or a resort of some kind, it's very, very popular to do a tile border around the top of the pool just below the coping. And sometimes they also do some tile work, some different ornate designs inside the pool and around the step area. And that's done before, right after the coping, before the plaster process. This is going to be a real nice job when it's done. This pool, people don't know, just an interesting fact, is that when they originally dig a pool, and like I said, this is a replaster, this is a pool that's 20, 21 years old. When they originally build the pool, I'll just take a minute to explain that. Just, it's an interesting process. They dig the hole, obviously. They clean the dirt area that's going to become the mold for the pool. And they clean it, finish it, prep it as neatly as possible to get it ready for the next process, which is rebar. And we get our crew in here, and with all the curves, the step, the different depths of the pool, it's quite a piece of artwork to see the men install the rebar, which is there, of course, to hold the concrete that is going to be poured next. The piping you see, and the light, the opening for the skimmer, and these pipes over here, which are called jets, their returns, when the water goes through the skimmer, goes through the into the pump area where the filter is, and is returned to the pool through these jets, which also creates the water movement that keeps it from getting the water from getting stagnant. Which of course is important. If you were to heat the pool, you would install a heater over there, and the hot water would come in through these same pipes. The light at the deep end, that's a enclosed fixture, which is also installed during the rebar process. It's an enclosed housing. It goes into the dirt, and then there's copper pipe that the wire runs through over to the electrical box where there's a switch. There's, of course, heavy grounding done, and there's something called a ground fault circuit breaker, that if that pipe was to be compromised, say somebody drove a pipe or a stake into the ground and somehow compromised the integrity of that pipe and the wire, and water got in there, so that no one was a danger inside the pool, the ground fault circuit breaker in the electrical box instantly shuts down the system. It's a must, obviously, to have when you're putting lights in a pool. So once we have the rebar set, people always wonder, is that 2 inches of concrete? Is that 3 inches of concrete? It's a good 2 feet of concrete on the walls and the bottom. Here in Southern California, the earth is always moving and shifting. Sometimes it's shaking a little more than we want it to. And you do see hairline cracks, and sometimes a little more in walkways, patios, driveways. But you can't have that in a pool, because the pool would be ruined. So there's 2 feet of concrete in here, and pretty much anything that's moving around it does not disturb the pool itself, the concrete foundation of it. Once the concrete is poured, the tile is put in, like I said, just before the concrete, right after the coping. So after the concrete process, that's when that first coat of plaster goes on that I told you we're doing right now, because obviously we're working with a concrete foundation to the pool that's already been poured for many years. And after 2 or 3 days of letting that set, there'll be another process of the plaster, as I mentioned before, which will be a much more detailed and smooth finish. And then you fill it with water and you have a wonderful summer in your new pool. Thank you.